Hello, you Scoobians. Let me just adjust this camera. There we go. How y'all doing? I'm glad we're back for another episode of the Witchy Show. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, because I've got some real fucking cunts who are subscribed that just dislike every video I put up. It could be about my fucking cats and they'll dislike it because they're a bunch of fucking cunts. Yeah, dirty fucking cunt. Anyways. If you are new here, I use colorful language, lots of sass, and crazy examples of baby sacrificial magic and anal sex as my way of getting my point across. I would also like to state that I am not a teacher, okay? And I'm definitely a doctor. Take those herbs and die. Just kidding. Anyways, today's video, we're gonna be talking about new witches and the work that goes into magic, whether you're cursing, hexing, crossing, or curing cancer. You can't cure cancer. You can try, but you'll fail. Okay, so let's begin. The first thing a lot of new witches need to understand is when a spell is fake. You're gonna see in a lot of these Facebook groups and on YouTube and so on and so forth, wherever you chat, wherever you talk, you're gonna see a lot of people talk about spells that will turn you invisible, spells that will make you into a vampire, spells that will, and I don't mean invisible like, you know, you kind of fade away from the crowd, I mean literally invisible. Spells that will take you from that 550-pound chicken eating fat disgusting mess that should just kill themselves to, I don't know, 100 pounds or more, because I think 100 pounds is anorexic. And these spells are fake, okay? They are horribly fake. If there is a spell that can make me go from this color of hair to black instantly, like a glamour spell that you see in The Craft, a movie, fiction, and it actually works, let me know! But I can guarantee you that it doesn't. There are spells out there where, you know, if your man leaves you, then you can get him back and you can curse that bitch. But that leads me back to my video I did a couple of days ago. Is magic really needed there? No, it's not. And a lot of new witches really don't understand this concept. They're so interested in the powerful spells that call on demons and angels and ghosts and all that other fun stuff. But let me tell you something. Magic ain't no fucking toy. It really isn't. You can do a lot of fucking harm by using spells that you don't understand anything about. I see a lot of these new witches go out and buy this 5,000 spell book, which I myself have. And then they're flipping through and they're casting spells and they're coming to Facebook saying, oh, this spell didn't work and I got it from this book and I don't understand why it didn't work. It took me 8 years before I cast my first spell. Now, I'm not saying it's going to take everybody that long, but it takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of research, it takes a lot of reading, it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot. Okay? Wicca, witchcraft, folk magic, satanic magic, baby sacrificial magic, anal sex magic, whatever kind of magic you're into, is gonna take a lot. And when I say a lot, I don't mean, you know, light a candle and walk away. I mean a fucking lot of work. I have spells that I have done that take days, weeks, even months of constantly working every day at the altar just to manifest exactly what I want. Now you're gonna get those witches that are like, girl, that takes too long. You're doing something wrong. No, I'm putting my intentions in. I'm manifesting my desire. I'm really working that spell. Spells require work. You can't just, like I said, you can't light a candle, say an incantation, and fucking walk away and be like, yeah, gonna get me my husband today. It doesn't work that way. Back in the summertime, I did a And this is a spell that, I don't want to say it went wrong, but it didn't exactly work the way I wanted it to. It was a love attraction altar spell. And it attracted somebody to me, and everything was going fine, and I thought, I kind of want to keep this person, so let's do a honey jar love spell. Well, it turns out that while that was working, I also employed a spirit to help me manifest the thing that I wanted, the relationship that I wanted. Everything was going fine until I decided, what if I release the spirit and break the honey jar spell? Well, the man walked away because he was under the influence of magic. Now, I'm not saying he was completely under the influence of magic, but because before long, things were already starting to go wrong, and this guy was batshit crazy. But I just decided that, not to do these types of spells. Not because they take away someone's free will. That's another thing. If someone's telling you that a spell can take away someone's free will, they're fucking wrong. Okay, they're fucking wrong. You can influence someone, but you can't take away their free will. You always have free will. So don't think that you're gonna go fucking eat a dove's heart and the man that you're obsessed with is gonna fucking stop eating, stop drinking, stop sleeping, stop masturbating, and only think about you 24/7, 365, because that isn't gonna happen either, okay? This isn't a TV show. Magic requires a lot of work. A lot of work. Okay? And if you're not willing to put in the work that's required, I'm not really sure why you're in this craft. Not really sure what purpose you're trying to achieve. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of research. It takes a lot of study. And when I say a lot, I don't mean, you read a book for a week and you're an instant wizard. I really hate the term wizard. I'm talking months, years, decades even. It takes your life, your whole life before, you have anything, really. I mean, think about it. Wise women who are 60, 70 years old and have a lot of knowledge in the craft and do a lot of things in the craft. A lot of these witches on YouTube who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, who have been doing this for a long, and I mean long time. Some of them were even born into it, and they've been doing it since childbirth. Some of them have just come into it, or not just, but came into it in their 20s and so on and so forth, and have been doing it for 30 years. This isn't something you can master in a year and a day. While I do suggest doing the year and a day's research, don't just stop at the day after a year. Keep going. I suggest that people, new witches, go down the Wiccan path and read the Buckland book, because you learn all of the basics. All of the basics is what you learn, okay? And that's important. You need the basics. You need to know what is an altar. What are these tools? What is worshiping the Lord and the Lady, and then transferring that over to your deity if you choose to leave the Wiccan path. The other thing is that there's a lot of misinformation out there, okay? There's a lot of misinformation. One of the biggest pieces of misinformation that I see is that you can't be a Wiccan without being a witch because that makes you a pagan. I'm sorry, but whoever came up with that is fucking stupid. Wicca is a religion, and I've said this numerous times, and I'll continue to say it numerous times, okay? So I just want people to really understand that magic, witchcraft, Wicca, baby sacrificial anal sex magic, Satanism, what other kind of magic? Ceremonial magic. Whatever kind of magic you're into, it's gonna take a long time of study and research and practice. And it's much more than lighting a candle and saying an incantation and walking away. It is so much more. You are constantly working your spells. You are constantly working your rituals. You are constantly doing the things that you need to do in order to manifest the things that you want to manifest, okay? So, I hope that this kind of gives you a little bit of insight into what's really required for this type of practice, okay? This isn't some go to school for a year and learn everything. No, this is go to school for the rest of your fucking life. Literally the rest of your life. You are always learning. And if you ever come to me and say, Adam, I know everything, I've stopped learning, I don't need to read books. I know it all. You're a fucking idiot and I hope you die. I'm literally serious. Because you don't know everything. You really don't. You never will know everything. We are always learning. If you ever stop learning, get the fuck off this path. Because you're always learning. Okay? So until next time, my fabulous little creatures, I can't wait to see you again. Yeah!